So first time I'm doing this live video, so if there's any kind of strange technical difficulties, just bear with me, and you can always come back to my channel, and this video will be available forever. So if the streaming isn't working very well in your home, if you're getting if it's stopping and starting, things like that, if your Wi-Fi connection isn't super strong, you can just come back later and do the practice with me later. So all right, let's do this. Let's see how it flows. So we're going to start seated. So you can just sit however you feel most comfortable. If you want to sit cross-legged, that's great. I do have a little pillow that I'm perched up on, which you might want to choose as well. And thanks for joining me today. We're going to do a little flow practice just to kind of release the holidays, right? So it's a couple days post-Christmas, and we're just going to get the whole body moving and start to kind of de-stress, let go of any just kind of stress that maybe came up for you during the holidays, and we're going to move the whole body to get things flushed out and feeling good for the new year. So however you're sitting, go ahead and just let your hands come to rest, and let's bring the eyes to close. And go ahead and just take a nice deep breath, breathing in and breathing out. Repeat that a couple more times for yourself, and just let your breath flow in nice and easily. And let your breath flow out in a relaxed way. Just kind of unplugging from the external world, unplugging from the day that you've had so far, and beginning to reconnect deeply with yourself. And the breath is one of our most magnificent tools that we have. The breath can help us change our inner mood, our inner chemistry, physiology, our inner energy, our mental state, our emotional state. So as you're sitting here and breathing, don't devalue this experience. This is a really powerful experience to sit, to relax, and to breathe. So let your breath slow down and really consider smoothing out this rhythm of your breath. It's like the breath begins to iron out any kinks that you have in your system that keep you from feeling good, that keep you from feeling centered and healthy and stable within yourself. If you're familiar with Ujjayi breath, begin to breathe with a little bit of sound just to further focus your mind. And I'm going to have you take your arms out alongside your body. Turn your palms up and take a nice big breath in. Just reach your arms overhead. And as you exhale, bring your hands down through center. Just resting the hands right at your heart. And your eyes could still remain closed here. Drop your chin a little bit, bowing to your own heart. And if there's anything that you're in need of right now to help you feel better on the inside, to help you feel more balanced, more in harmony between your body and mind and spirit, set a little intention for yourself for this practice. If you got a little off throughout the holidays, maybe your diet feels off, maybe you didn't get to move your body like you normally do, maybe you interacted with people that easily trigger you, right? We're going to recenter. Let go of any of that stress and recenter internally. So stating your intention to yourself, and let's seal that in with a nice deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. And then just interlace your fingers and push your palms forward and round out your back here. Push through the heels of the hands, rounding your back, chin to the chest. Let this movement feel good through the upper back. And then when you're ready from here, just breathe in, lift your arms all the way up, and you can pull back a little bit with your arms. And just kind of see how those shoulders are doing today. Let your chest expand. Press out through the heels of your hands. Try to straighten your elbows all the way as you lift your chin. Good. Just notice what parts of your body feel a little sticky here. Deep breath into those parts. And then breathing out, just want you to neutralize. So come back through center and then take a little side bend over to the right. And your head could even rest into your arm if it reaches. Press out through the left heel of your hand. Big breath in and out. Good. And then lifting up through center and switching sides. So your head can rest right into your left arm and then try to press out through the right heel of your hand and straighten that right elbow. Full breath in and out. Good. Lift yourself back up through center. One more stretch, maybe a little arch of your back. Your arms might be starting to burn a little bit. And then breathe out, release. Take your arms all the way down and then maybe just kind of roll those shoulders out a little bit. Things feel good. And let's move over onto our hands and knees. So you can just plop your pillow off to the side, come over onto your hands and knees, and I'm going to take a little peek just to see if anything's going on here. All right. So take a moment to stretch back into your child's pose and just releasing out. Forehead coming to your mat. Take a couple deep breaths right into your belly. And just breathing out, feel your body softening down into your mat and just relax. I know with the new year coming, a lot of people are reflecting on their life and maybe setting intentions or goals for themselves, resolutions for themselves. And sometimes it can feel overwhelming when you step back and look at your whole life and think about what you want and what's working for you, what's not working for you. So set all that aside right now and just trust in your breath and trust in your body, trust in the present moment and your ability to show up for life and show up for yourself. Take one more deep inhale here. Exhale out completely. Good, and then lift and rise. Come all the way up onto your hands and knees. Tabletop position. Spread your fingers out nice and wide here. And begin to just sway your spine from side to side. Just let your hips sway from side to side. You can kind of peek over one shoulder, peek over the other shoulder. Maybe bending one elbow and stretching the other one straight and just going from side to side. Relax out your jaw as you're rocking your body here from side to side. And then come through center and we're going to circle out the spine. Okay, so you're here on your hands and knees. And let's start with rounding the back. So chin to the chest, tuck your tail, and then reach out to the right with your ribs and circle through center. So it's okay for those elbows to bend. And when you circle through center here, roll the shoulders down, lift your chest, your chin, then reach out to the left and come back through your starting point, rounding your spine. So it's like you're drawing a big circle with your belly or your rib cage or your heart. And this doesn't not have to look perfect. Might get some pops and cracks, which is awesome. Save you a visit to the chiropractor. Good. Pause, rotate the opposite way. You can be really fluid here and just let this movement feel good. My back is feeling a little stiff. It's really cold here in Minnesota. Like the temperature was like -7 this morning when I woke up. So my low back is a little stiff just from the cold. This feels really good. So you can kind of be fluid and just make up this movement a little bit on your own. Good. So come all the way back through neutral. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. Tuck your toes. And let's give the feet a little stretch. So you can keep your hands on your mat if you need to and just push into your hands, kind of send some weight back, or you can walk your hands all the way back and sit on your heels. And I know that this can feel really, really intense. So you might want to take your pinky toes and just pull them forward a little bit. And breathe here. So your toes will not fall off, but I know that this can be so intense that you might want to lift off your heels for a moment and then sit back down, or you can take your hands back forward to kind of modulate. But it's really, really healthy to open up the roots of the toes. There's so many pressure points on the feet, and the feet ground us. And again, here in Minnesota, it's winter, it's icy out, it's cold, there's snow on the ground, I'm wearing big boots. So we want the feet to be able to have space and time throughout the day to open up and spread and help you ground your energy so you can stay present, right? One more breath here. Let's sweep the arms up. And then breathing out, release your hands down, walk your hands back out, and give your toes a really good tap here. All right, good. Tuck your toes and downward facing dog. Lift your hips, push up and back. Start to pedal out your heels a little bit here. You can sigh out. Sometimes we just need to use our voice a little bit to support the release of stress and tension. Whenever you need to take a break as we're moving through this flow, please do so. Come back to child's pose, right? But stick with me through the practice. You're going to feel so much better if you just commit and do the whole practice with me. And let go of those external distractions. I know it's tempting to look at your phone, to check your email, things like that, but it's really, really, really helpful to unplug for a while. Good. Let's take one more big breath here, just stretching in your down dog, fingers spread wide, tailbone lifting, head dropping, heavy. And then walk your feet forward to the front of your mat. And you can have your feet about hip distance apart and just dangle your body. So if you want to bend your knees, dangle your body, sway a little side to side. I really like to indulge in the warm-up part of the class, just to be tender with myself and my body and to kind of ease into the practice. So nothing is jarring. My body doesn't have to throw up any defensiveness. It can just softly open into the practice, right, as I kind of slowly move into it. So enjoy these opening stretches, indulge in them. And your head is hanging. Let's take a full breath in here and then just breathe out any stress, conscious or unconscious, that's kind of bringing you down. Just let that go. And then with your knees soft, we're going to roll up. So you can soften your knees, roll yourself up through your spine, shrug the shoulders back. Let yourself stand here for a moment nice and tall on your mat. Maybe revisiting your intention. And just really committing to that and letting your body, right, your breath kind of help you activate that intention more fully. All right, let's release the hands. Take a nice big breath. Lift your arms up and overhead. Big stretch at the top. You can even arch back a little bit here. And then breathing out, let's take the hands behind the back. Clasp your fingers. Roll the shoulders back. Open up your chest. Slide the arms as far away from the body as possible. You can always put a sock between your hands. Grab a nearby sock. You probably have one laying next to you, right? Between those hands if the shoulders are really tight. Good. Big chest expansion. Breathe into your heart. And then let's tip forward. So soften the knees and fold. And just let your arms lift up and press your arms towards the head of your mat and breathe into your shoulders. Yeah, feel your neck releasing, your throat softening. One more inhale. Good. Exhale, let your hands release down to your mat. And then breathing in, lengthen out your spine. Maybe hands coming all the way up to your shin bones if you need that. And then exhale, plant your palms and step yourself back into plank pose. Okay, so we're going to start here. So in plank, you can easily drop your knees down to your mat if you need that option. Okay, I'm going to work with my knees lifted, squeezing my thighs really actively. I want to get a little bit of a muscle activation here. I'm using my strength, turning up the heat in my body. So arms strong, belly strong, thighs strong, neck, back of the neck lifted. Gazing out in front of my fingers. And I'm just moving around a little bit just to kind of help distribute the weight through the two hands and the 2 feet and kind of help more muscles turn on. And you'll start to feel, right? This is a little bit of work. Plank pose is a hard pose. Let's take one more breath. Breathe in. And then shift a little forward. Try to squeeze in through your hands and elbows. Come all the way to your belly. Point your toes back. And we'll curl up into cobra. You can roll your through your elbows, and you're light on your hands here. Legs nice and long. And just hold here and breathe. So we're going to flow a little bit more fluidly through the sun salutations in a moment. But this first one, again, we're just kind of tenderly inviting the body into the practice. Right, becoming best friends with your body here on your mat. Okay, so Cobra pose is your first option. Feel free to stay with Cobra throughout the practice or slide your hands back, plant the palms, rising up. Upward facing dog. Lift your knees here, squeeze your thighs back on, open your chest, elbows soft, gaze up. Pull back, downward facing dog. Nice big breath in and out. Good. Walk your feet to the front of your mat. Take a breath in, lengthen out your spine. And exhale, release. Rising up. This time, lift your chest. You can bend your knees a little. Sweep those arms high. Reach up. Mountain pose. Arms releasing all the way down. Hands back to the heart. Okay, so we're going to flow through that 3 more times, but we're going to move with the breath. Okay, so release your hands. Breathe in. Big stretch up. Fold. Exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your feet back into your plank pose and take your time with this. So you're moving with integrity. Cobra or full up dog, breathing in. Down dog, breathing out. Big breath in. Sigh it out. Bring your feet to the front of your mat. Walking, stepping, or you can hop. Inhale, lengthen, and fold. Exhale. Rising up, inhale, sweep those arms high. Mountain pose, exhale. 2 more just like that. Big breath in, reach up. Breathe out, dive forward, reclaiming your space. Inner and outer space. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, take your feet back to your plank. Moving through chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Take your time moving through that vinyasa so that you are remaining in integrity through your joints, through your core. So as we move and breathe here, kind of get those muscles activated, we're really taking back our power, right? Re-inhabiting our body if we kind of stepped out a little bit due to stress. And claiming the energetic space around of us and just deciding, right, that we want to show up and be here for ourselves in our life. Let's breathe out. Walk, step, or hop forward. Inhale, lengthen. Fold, exhale. Rise up, breathe, and sweep those arms high. Mountain pose, release. Okay, so we're going to do 1 more flowing through like that. Big breath in, sweep up. Fold, exhale. Inhale, lengthen. Walk, step, or hop back. Exhale, lower through. Breathing into up dog. Breathing out through down dog. All right, here in down dog, let's start to add on a little bit. So I'm going to have you take your right leg, stretch it up. Really reach long. Full breath in. And on your next exhalation, step that right foot forward between your hands. Drop your left heel. And we're going to rise up into warrior 1. So as you're coming into your warrior 1 here, depending on your level of experience, your feet are hip distance apart. So I like to think of like 2 railroad tracks that you're standing on. They're kind of narrow. And then you want to turn, rotate those left toes a little bit forward, rotate your left thigh a little forward, nice deep bend into your front knee, arms can float up. Let's take a breath and reach up through the fingers. As you exhale, feel your feet activate through the legs. Melt your shoulders a little bit, and then we're going to bend into the elbows. This is called cactus arms. You can think of little strings tied to the elbows, and somebody's pulling those strings back, down, and in. Good. Feel that stretch through the front of the chest. Squeeze your left leg strong. Okay, we're going to exhale here. And then I want you to inhale. You're going to circle your arms forward and try to touch your forearms. So you're inhaling to kind of gather your energy in. And then exhale, release. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Keep a deep bend in the front knee. Exhale, cactus the arms. Inhale, gather in your own energy and power, and let it go. Exhale. Breathe in. One more time. Exhale, cactus arms. Inhale, gather in your love, your power. Exhale, spread it out, and then inhale up. Good. Hold here. Exhale. Be feeling your legs turning on, a little bit of heat in the body. That's awesome. We're going to inhale once more. Release with your exhale. Good. Lift up your back heel. Stay here in your low lunge. Press into your left hand and stretch your right arm up. Give yourself a little twist here for the spine. Big inhale. Lengthen out your neck. Exhale, release, and step back. Find your plank pose. And at any point, if you can't move through the full vinyasa, if you don't want to right now, take a child's pose, right? Or hold down dog, or even you can hold plank. Get strong, right? Otherwise, you'll move all the way through chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Okay, so we're going to take that through on side 2. Lift your left leg, reach it up. Nice big stretch. Maybe a little bend of the knee. And then when you're ready, lunge that left foot between your hands, coming up into your warrior one pose. So again, kind of tracking your alignment here. Feet are on railroad tracks, narrow railroad tracks. I can see my mat is kind of getting crazy. Adjust that a little bit. So nice deep bend in that front knee, and then try to rotate your right thigh forward, right toes forward. We're going to breathe in, arms floating up. Melt those shoulders a little bit. Feel into your feet. Lift the toes. Activate the leg muscles. Good. And then go ahead and breathe out. Bend your elbows. Find that cactus arm stretch. So I'm really squeezing between the shoulder blades. My back muscles are active, and then my chest expands. And this is our breath out. We exhale. Inhale, gather. And then exhale, soften and release. Breathe in, reach up. Breathe out, cactus arms. Breathe in, scoop it all in. What do you want this year? And release. It's kind of a letting go, right? Inhale, reach up. Heart expansion, exhale. Inhale, draw in what you need. And exhale, arms release back. Good, inhale, up, and then hold here, melt your shoulders, exhale. Press through those feet, squeeze your right leg muscles. Draw in and up through the belly, take one more breath. Good, exhale, release. Good, lift your back heel, press into your right hand and twist here. Take your left arm up. Your heart might be active right now, or you can sense your heart beating a little quicker. Breath is a little deeper. Feel that vitality in your system. One more breath here. Breathe out, release. Step back, choose your option, plank pose. Maybe you're going to move all the way through chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Let's take a few breaths here in down dog. Hear the sound of your breath, smooth it back out. Release your neck. Good, and then look forward, walk, step or hop your feet to the front of your mat. Take a breath in, lengthen, and exhale, fold and release. We're gonna stay here in our forward fold, so I want you to separate your feet hip distance apart. A good measuring device here is 2 hands, 2 fists between your feet. And then if you can reach your shin bones, great, ankles, great, or take your peace fingers, wrap them to the inside of your big toes, take hold, lengthen out your back, breathe in, soften through your knees and fold as you exhale. And breathing here. So keep a micro bend in those knees and shift the weight forward. The hips move towards the head of your mat. You can kind of pull up on your toes, lifting the shoulders towards your back pockets. And just notice your neck. Let go through the neck. Feel the top of the head reaching towards the earth. Tune into your breath, slow inhales and exhales. Moving a little with that breath. Take one more inhale. And breathe it out, exhale. On your next in-breath, release your toes and stretch out long, lengthening. Good. And then exhale. Soften through those knees. Bring your hands to your hips and slowly rise. Come all the way up nice and slowly. Take a moment here, standing tall. Maybe shrug the shoulders up, back, and down. Hands to the heart. Little drop of the chin, close your eyes. Tune back into your intention if you had one. Notice your inner mood, your inner energy. Keeping the breath smooth, steady, and even. One more full breath here. Breathe in. Let it go through an open mouth. Great. We're going to transition down to the floor through a vinyasa. So release your hands, take a breath, lift up. Fold, exhale. Breathe in, lengthen. Good. Exhale, step back into down dog. And if you'd like to move through a full vinyasa, do so from here. Breathing into plank, chaturanga, up dog, down dog. Full breath in and out. Good. And then go ahead and come to sit on your mat. So you can come down, cross your ankles, roll back. I'm going to flip myself around and grab my little pillow. So I'm on the more flexible side, but I always like to sit up on something. So if you're somebody who has really tight hamstrings, then you would really, really benefit from sitting up, boosting your hips up a little bit. I'm going to see if anything is happening over here. If you're watching and you want to say something, to let me know how the practice is going for you, feel free. Again, I'm kind of new to this whole live video thing, so thanks for tuning in. All right, so let's do a little seated stretch here. So I'm going to have you stretch your left leg out straight and bring your right foot to your inner thigh. So this is a really great starting place, so you can see how this feels. Now, if you're somebody who has pretty open hips and you've been practicing yoga for a while, maybe you want to move into half lotus. So you could scoop up your right ankle and bring your heel in right to your hip crease here. So you don't want to stress out your knee. You can see my knee is lifted off the floor. but it doesn't feel uncomfortable. It's just kind of how the leg lands for me. So feel free to choose this as well if you want. You're going to get a very similar stretch, right? And it just depends on your own openness. So sit tall here. Just take a breath in, lift up through your chest. And this might be it for you. You're already feeling a good stretch. Stay there or tip forward. Walk your hands out. Maybe you can grab your foot and start to fold over. Just take 5 slow breaths here. Just working into the back of that left leg and opening through the right hip. And breath by breath, right? Claiming your inner space, claiming the energy of your own heart, opening yourself up to what's to come for you in 2018, right? Letting go of the stress from the holidays, opening up yourself breath by breath to take in the new year. Good. When you're ready, you can breathe and lift. Come on out. Release out that right leg. Give it a little stretch. And we'll switch sides. Draw your left foot into your inner thigh, Janu Shirsasana, right? Or half lotus, Ardha Baddha Padmottanasana, half lotus pose. And again, just make sure your knee is feeling good. Ideally, if you're coming to this variation or working towards it, your ankle's flat as possible, so that you're really going to isolate your hip joint. Okay, sit tall, breathe in, and if you'd like, tip forward, walking those hands out. You could maybe grab your foot, right? But it's okay to even just press your hands right into the floor, tune into your breath. Notice what you're feeling in your body right now. And just loving yourself up, right? So when you observe tension in the body or stress in the body, instead of wanting to get rid of it or being angry about it, the dialogue is something more like this. Oh, sweetie, I'm so sorry that you're so tight. I'm so sorry you're holding on to so much stress. I hope this posture helps you let go of some of that stress you're carrying. Right? Maybe my breath can help, and you breathe into that area. Just take one more inhale. Exhale. Good. Walk your hands back. Lift your chest up, coming to sit nice and tall. Release out that leg. Give it a little shake. And then just spin out your ankles a little bit. I think you can see my feet. Let's see, can you see my feet? Yes, you can see my feet. Spin out your ankles a little bit, and then point your toes. Flex your toes. Or flex your ankles, I should say. And then point your toes and flex your ankles. And then just wiggle. Wiggle them out. Awesome. Okay, so let's come around on our mats. And we're gonna take, I'm gonna take my little mic thing off here. Just rest it to the side. And I'm gonna have you come down onto your backs. Bring the knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Couple deep breaths. I'm so happy that you're practicing with me. I'm really happy to be able to share this sacred practice with you. Just a couple of breaths here, melting through your back. And see if you can let your shoulders relax a little bit. Good. Stretch your left leg out long And just interlace your fingers around your right thigh and pull the right thigh in, and then rotate out your right ankle a couple more times. And then take your right thigh and just kind of cradle it out to the right. So you're just going to let it fall to the floor. You want to try to be able to relax the hip muscles completely. And you could, I'm rocking my leg a little in and out, which feels really nice. Close your eyes and just breathe. Yeah, and knowing that we're coming close to the end of practice, avoid leaving me. Stay here on your mat, complete the practice. You deserve it. I know it's really easy to check out, especially when you're practicing at home. There's so many distractions, but you really deserve this time, and especially this part of the practice where we start to wind down and integrate everything. Good, so from here, I want you to lift your right knee up and take it over to the left. Stretch your right arm out, look towards your right hand, and again, close your eyes if you'd like. Just take a couple deep breaths into your low back. And then lift that right knee up. Come back through center, draw your left knee in, and stretch your right leg out. Interlace your fingers around that left shin bone. And then let that left thigh again fall out to the left. So you're just cradling it, holding it with your hands, and you could rock, like I'm kind of cradling, rocking that left thigh, just juicing up the hip joint, activating the synovial fluid. Relax your jaw and your face. Bringing your inner body back into balance. That includes your endocrine system, your nervous system, your immune system, right? By stretching, becoming present, breathing slowly and deeply, all of that helps reset our inner body so that we can be more vital and healthy. Okay, draw that left knee in and take it over to your right. Nice, good stretch here. Couple deep breaths into your belly. All right, bring that left knee back. Oh my gosh, this twist feels so good on my back right now. I kind of want to stay here forever. But bring the knee back. Hug both knees to the chest. Take your arms down alongside your body and just kind of tuck the hands under the hips and just lift your legs up towards the ceiling for a moment. And you can keep your knees a little bent. And just a little baby inversion here. And you could even kind of rock your legs a little to the left and to the right, forward and back. Again, this is really loose in the joints of the hips, so we're not tensing up too much. And just giving ourselves a little inversion. This is a nice, getting those legs up in the air, inverting them so that any waste, any lactic acid that built up in the legs can drain easily and effortlessly. Take one more nice deep breath in. Good, and then exhale, release, and let your legs stretch out long on your mat. If you're cold or cooling down, maybe put a blanket over your body. And we're just going to rest here for about 15 breaths. Of course, you can rest longer if you're able to. Eyes closed, and maybe hands are just resting out alongside your body, or you can rest them over your body. Take a nice deep breath, conscious breath in. And breathe out. Let the back kind of melt and soften into the floor. Just letting the floor have your back for the next couple minutes. You've probably been working really hard lately, whether it's you've been working hard with your family and going through the holidays or at work. I'm sure some area of your life you've been working hard, and you're just going to let all that work go and feel yourself held by the floor. Feel yourself held by the earth. Collect your energy from all the people, places, situations where maybe it's been caught up. Bring it back home into your own body. Feel yourself becoming restored, rejuvenated, rebalanced. If you're able to continue to rest, I highly encourage that. Even if it's just for another 10 breaths or 20 breaths, you can count those breaths out. So really letting your system relax and integrate your practice. And if you need to move into the rest of your day, start to stretch and wiggle. And then you can just roll off onto one side and ease yourself up. All right. Just close your eyes for a moment. Bring your hands back to your heart. Remember your intention. If you had one for your practice today, and even if you didn't have an intention, you still showed up on your mat to receive this practice, and hopefully you can feel a shift, and you can feel that you did receive something, right? You're more you, you're more alive, you're more relaxed, whatever it might be. Sink into that, fully receive it. Thank yourself, right, for rolling out your mat today. And let's take one last cleansing breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. It was such a pleasure to practice with you. Thank you for joining me. And if you were joining me live for this practice, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I'm hoping to do more and more of these practices. So let me know how it went for you. Let me know if you were able to stream it okay. You can leave me a comment and give me a thumbs up on this video if it was a nice flow for you. And you can always, I take requests, so let me know if there's some other practices that you would like to move through, other styles, other focuses, something like that. So happy holidays, happy New Year, and thanks again for joining me. Namaste. All right. Signing off, folks. Thanks again for joining me.